Dear Presidium, dear colleagues, dear friends, my name is Yunus. I am political scientist and also deputy chairman of the Vatan Party, Partia Rodina from Turkey. And I would like to thank first for the opportunity to share here my opinions with you. And secondly, I would like to thank a lot for these friends here in the backside, which are doing a great job and which helped me and other foreign guests to understand the great speeches that were given here in this Congress. Thank you. Dear colleagues, everyone carries his geography with himself. And we are coming from Turkey, my colleague Mehmet Perinçek, who has spoken to you and me. And of course, our view starts from Turkey, as your view starts from Russia. Now, the basic fact that I would like to underline and then follow to a more geopolitical analysis, the basic fact for Turkey is that our country, Turkey, today finds itself in a war with the United States of America. This war has two areas. One is the north of Syria, where Turkey is fighting against forces which the Americans call our ground force, forces that look for the division of Syria, and forces that are the allies of the, Israeli regime. And the second field of conflict is the one in the Eastern Mediterranean, around the island of Cyprus, where the United States is holding military maneuvers month by month that threaten Turkey and Turkey's security. This is the main aspect you should remember when you think about Turkey. But this is the second point, and in total I will present you 4 points. The second point is this war, this proxy war, is not only a war of Turkey. It is a war of the whole Eurasian continent. Now, without going into too much details and wasting your time, I would like to point at least to some indications of this. This war, the Syrian part of it, has led to the creation of the so-called Astana process. This Astana process leads to what our Chinese colleague yesterday mentioned here, to the security of the One Belt, One Road project. Thirdly, if you take the Eastern Mediterranean, the conflict in the Eastern Mediterranean is directly connected to Eurasia's energy line, to the Turkish Stream and to the Nord Stream 2. And fourthly, this conflict between Turkey and the United States has led to approaches in regional level to look for a joint fight against the hegemony of the US dollar. So this war, this conflict between Turkey and the United States is not only a Turkish-US war. It is, of course, accompanied by other conflicts like in Crimea, in Ukraine, and other parts of the world, and they constitute a package. Thirdly, we must understand that these conflicts constitute the painful processes in the birth of a new world. In this birth, in this new world, which has been discussed here widely and wisely, we face the basic fact that countries, to defend their national sovereignty, enter into regional integration projects. And these regional integration projects lead consequently to the exclusion of the United States in different matters. And these regional projects, Astana is one of the examples, are leading to the constitution, to the birth of a multipolar world. This multipolar world, its construction, its deepening, is our duty. This is the fourth point. This is the most important point. It is our duty. Our duty is to found this world, which is not anymore dominated by the United States, but this means something. It means, at first, and the basic of all, is security, is military. No military, no security. No military, no state. No military, no nation, no sovereignty. So, the military pillar of this new world is the basic pillar. And here, what we need to do is deepen cooperation in security, deepen cooperation in defense, joint projects of defense technologies, and the development of joint defense systems. Secondly, we need, if we speak of a multipolar world, we need a pole of production. A pole of production. That means, in deepening of what I have described before, we need, first, common capital markets. Capital markets that exclude US domination. Secondly, these capital markets that are to be constructed in this multipolar world on regional integration, they will enable joint production. Joint production that does not need US investment anymore. And thirdly, the most concrete step these days, what we need is trade and exchange of our economies, of Turkish, Russian, and other economies in national currencies. A lot of colleagues talked about it, so I will not go too deep into that. A third pillar, of course, is joint security of energy. The Turkish Stream and the Nord Stream 2 are the backbone of Eurasian energy, Eurasian production. And it is no surprise that the United States is trying to sabotage both of them. They are trying to sabotage the Nord Stream 2 in Eastern Europe, and they are trying to sabotage the Turk Stream in the Eastern Mediterranean. So, joint work for the security of these energy lines is crucial. And the fourth point is something that places great responsibility especially on us, on these very valuable thinkers which are united here. If you want to construct a multipolar world, we also need a pole of science. That is, countries like Turkey, Russia, Iran, China, they need to deepen their cooperation in science. We need to rescue the science which my colleague described as US-dominated and even anti-enlightenment. Correctly, I agree. We need to liberate this science from American hands. There it's only positivism. Here In our cooperation, it will be a science of production, of sovereignty, of cooperation. In that context, Konstantin Sivkov, the colleague, proposed, and other colleagues proposed, the founding of a community of scientists. We from Turkey absolutely support this idea, and we take it as part of the construction, not less, as part of the construction of a new world. And we are ready to contribute from Turkey to the foundation of this community, and to organize all the scientists from Turkey to participate in that community. This is a marvelous idea. Dear colleagues, I would like to close, to finish, with underlining one fact. Science starts with optimism, as all human activity starts with optimism. And we are optimists. We are optimists, and there is reason to be optimists, because this Congress here unites different thinkers of different countries that represent Eurasia, and I'm including Mexico to Eurasia too. Bienvenidos a mis compañeros de México y de Brasil. And this Eurasia, dear colleagues, this Eurasia is the idea of a new civilization. This is to be understood well. Eurasia is not just the cooperation on this or that level. Eurasia, with the solidarity and integration of Latin America, is the founding of a new civilization. And this is our responsibility. And as we rely on the great tradition of this great continent and its new allies, we have all reason to be optimistic. I would like to thank you for your patience.